Hi guys, I'm Jazba. I'm a professional makeup artist, beauty educator, and blogger, and today I'm going to take you through everything you need to know about base. Like, this is a back to basics video. So if you want to know everything you need to do to color correct, set your skin up right, get your complexion perfect, this is the video for you. Before you're starting to do your base makeup, you have to do some basic things to prep your skin. So I've cleansed, exfoliated, and put a moisturizer on. That's it. With that ready, I can now jump into my priming, then I'm going to jump into color correction, then into foundation. So I'm going to start off with the MyGlam Tinted Perfection Primer. Now the reason you need to start off with the primer is essentially if you've got any open pores or any sort of textural issues on the skin, a primer basically is going to sit on the skin in such a way that it's going to fill in all of those issues, and then you can create this very even base for your base to sit on top of, essentially. So I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. So I love this primer because it has a bit of like a silicone feeling smoothing out ingredient in it. So when I slick it onto the skin, it's not supposed to have a color. It's just supposed to fill in all those little open pores or help smooth out any fine lines so that your foundation doesn't fall into them. I always like a finger application for primers because I find it just really pushes it into the skin. You don't need to get a brush involved. So now that I've primed my skin, the next step is going to be color correction. Now, color correction isn't something that everybody has to do. I'm going to do it on my skin, or if you have a skin tone similar to mine, or if you have pigmentation issues, it is important to use a corrector. So a corrector is something that you're going to do on areas where you do have a little bit of a darker pigment, so around the nose or under the eyes and around the mouth. So I'm going to be using the MyGlam Total Makeover FF Cream. You're going to have something in there that's going to take care of your priming. I've already actually primed, but there's inbuilt ingredients in here in case you didn't do that step. That'll take care of it for you. You've got your color corrector, you've got your concealer, and then you've got a full foundation that you can use all in one place. So I'm going to start off with a color corrector. I'm using the shade Medium. So medium suits a skin tone. If you're similar to mine, it'll be perfect for you. It's orange in color. Now the reason a color corrector is orange for a medium Indian skin tone is because typically our pigmentation is a little bit blue. So the opposite of blue on a color wheel is orange. So orange cuts through the blue, it cancels it. So you'll see what I mean. Take a couple of swipes of this on a concealer brush, and I'm just gonna start working it through the areas where I have that kind of bluish pigmentation. I find the pigments in this are quite strong, so you don't have to use a lot of the product. I'm gonna look totally crazy at first, but trust me, the coverage in this palette is really good once I layer it on top. I'm gonna do one side at a time so you can really see the difference. So you can see the areas that I've tried to cancel the darkness because they're basically highlighted in orange right now and I look a little nuts. So now we're going to do a second step of correcting, which comes right in the palette. It's the yellow color. So the yellow is going to help really brighten the areas that I need. So I'm not necessarily going to stick this around the nose or around the mouth because I'm just canceling darkness there. Where I want to brighten is under the eye. So I'm just using the other side of my brush and I've picked up the yellow corrector on that side and I'm just going to go over the top of the area, especially near that inner corner of the eye where I want to brighten it right up. Typically when you're brightening, what I like to do is kind of form this sort of upside down triangle shape, because what that does is it targets the concealer where you need it, but it also helps to lift and do a mini bit of like highlighting and strobing before you actually go in with your bronzer underneath. So again, this isn't like a perfect concealer. We're still seeing all those colors mixed together because this is your underlying layer. Then we're going to go over foundation on top. So as you can see, I've corrected my pigmentation, the darker issues around my mouth, nose, and under the eye. And then I've done a second layer of color correction with the yellow under the eye only because that's where I want to brighten as well. So I know it's looking a little under construction at the moment, but the next step is going to be foundation. And once foundation sits over all of this, it's all going to even out and match up all across my face. So I'm going to go back to that FF palette and grab the foundation shade. This is so creamy, it slicks on so easy. Look at this. It has an SPF built in as well, so you've got your skin protection and your makeup all in one place. Typically, you wouldn't take a foundation right over the top of your concealer. That's what concealers are for. But this palette, as I was explaining earlier, it's a 5-in-1. So you've got the correctors that went there, but this foundation also acts as a concealer. It's creamy enough that you can take it all the way right under your eye. In case you're curious, you can take this right across the eyelid as well. If you've got pigmentation issues, as I just said, it acts as a concealer as well as a foundation. So I'm just going to take whatever's left over on my brush and bring it right up, across the lid, so it really cleans that area up, and then continue under the eye. So I'm just patting that FF foundation into the skin, just to blur out any lines, just to really make it look basically airbrushed into the skin. But what a difference, huh? Look at this side to that side. It's full coverage, it's flawless, and we've gotten rid of any sort of color correction and pigmentation issues. So now that you can see the before and after, I'm going to finish off this side of my face. So I'm going to start off on this side with the orange color corrector again, just to balance out the darkness. So now that I've gone ahead and put the orange right where I need the dark color correction, I'm going to pick up the second corrector, which is yellow, and I'm only going to put that under the eye because this corrector only helps for brightness. I don't want to brighten here, I don't want to brighten here. I just want to cancel the darkness there, but here, definitely want to brighten. There we go, foundation complete. Isn't it flawless? It's completely changed my face. So we've gone ahead and corrected all the dark circles, brightened them up as well, put on that full coverage foundation, and now I have this beautiful even glow. Now, if you want to make that last, you have to powder down. The powder will make your makeup last longer and get rid of excess shine. I'm going to be using the MyGlam Glow to Glamour powder. Now, this powder comes with two little sections. One is like an illuminating glow powder, which sometimes I even use as a highlighter, and one is just a translucent setting powder. So I'm going to be using that on my shiny areas. So this fixing powder is completely clear. It looks white to begin with. I mean, like, look, it's seriously so translucent you can't even see it. So like that, but once you blend it out, it just disappears into the skin. And as you can see, like, I'm still glowy on this side, and it's just completely got rid of extra shine on this side. What I really like about the MyGlam fixing powder as well is that it's thin, so I can take it under the eye, even on the lid. It doesn't get cakey. So as you can see, we've completely gotten rid of shine on this side, and this side is now actually fixed, so the makeup's not going to move around for the rest of the day. And this side, we can still see that excess glow. Glow is good, but not too much, so I'm going to go ahead and mattify that out with this powder as well. Instant matte. So now that I've mattified with the fixing powder everywhere, I'm going to go in with the shimmer powder and actually just put it on little highlight points where I wanted to add a glow back, under the brow bone, a little bit on the top of the cheekbone, sometimes down the central panel of the nose. This is a little bit different than a highlighting powder because it's a lot more subtle and it's still acting to fix the makeup on your face, but with a little glow. So I'm just choosing to use it on highlight points, but this powder is super versatile. You can actually put it all over your face as your setting powder if you want a glowy finish. You can mix it into your moisturizer and put it on your limbs to get a glow going on all over your body. But like I said, I just kind of want to finish off this look with a subtle glow on some highlight points. That's my base completed. I've got the perfect canvas now to build makeup on. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon to stay notified for more videos from MyGlam.